Hello everybody, and welcome back to yet another Fragment Friday upload. This is a grumpy old guy gaming, and today we're going about things a little bit unusual. If you caught our random Fragment upload that was up Wednesday in lieu of my usual whatever I feel like playing stream, then you already know what we're kind of after here. The goal hasn't changed because we still haven't hit that last virus core X. However, today I've got to take matters into my own hands. A bit further behind schedule than I expected because there was an issue with the lobby server today. It's been pretty rock solid of late, but today for whatever reason it just wasn't recognizing things for a few hours there. And so I'm getting on towards the evening in search of a Virus Core X. In the same dungeon from before, because I had picked up Virus Core Y here previously, and that is definitely the right neighborhood. Have my Wave Master, who has the absolute best chance of nuking these farming mobs. And I've got the Caduceus Rod, because the two monsters in here, Flame Maidens and Gob Machines, I should be able to handle somewhat efficiently with the spells I have at my disposal. Not for nothing, but I'm also going to be picking up a ridiculous amount of experience. The rares, not really what I'm worried about at this point. I think I'm going to try the Flame Maiden side this time around. Oh, big mistake. That's more Gob Machines. So right side is Gob Machines. These first two get a free chance to hack me open a bit there. And my SP is pretty far down there. Not that I'm super worried about that. I already know by now, at the end of each floor is going to be a couple of risky treasures, and each one's going to hold an artisan's soul. That much I remember. So we'll keep on the Gob Machine line this time. Do Flame Maidens next time. Unless I get turned around again, which is entirely possible, because for whatever reason, this first floor doesn't seem to play like the others. Picking up Inferno calls and Inferno strikes like crazy. One thing you could absolutely say with the utmost of certainty is that farming dungeons are going to reimburse you well for running them. That should hit all four of those. No misses, no whammies for dead Gob Machines. Now this room here should be kind of fun. I should just be able to charge forward, find the middle, and if I'm right, that one crate should take down all 8. There you go. Credit to Emus for noticing that first. And hey, I got a level up and all kind of presents. Festive holiday times indeed. Picking up an Emperor's Soul, a Hellstorm, a Fair Soul, a Hellstorm, Inferno Strike, and if the pattern holds true, this should be a Hellstorm. And it's not. It's an Inferno call. That's what we get for hoping. These will definitely be 2 Artisan Souls, though. And as I'm going all Wave Master-ish today, that will be necessary. See, I wouldn't lie to you for free. Into the second floor now, and this is the point where I decide to remind you that down below are the links for the .hack network and for NetSlum. .hack network, a fantastic fan site and Discord server for all things .hack related. NetSlum, more specifically, the lobby server, the thing that hosts all of the area servers and makes online play possible. Also a great Fragment focused community there, lots of overlap between the two groups, and some of the most helpful people you'll ever game with. Do check them out, as well as the YouTube channel of Fragment from the Net Slum for all sorts of excellent guides and random tidbits. Pick up a fair soul, just ignoring that treasure chest over on the other side, because what good's it gonna do me? And time for more crake. Recently I've been on kind of a tear with weapons. Weapons in particular, but I could say Wave Master stabs, absolutely. I did pick up a silent bomber for myself, did not plan on doing it, and then it became sort of a, back burner goal once I saw how cool the Master Bomber summon with the spell name Stuck was. Also picked up 8 Wise Men. I had been running Staff of Truth for the longest time. Thanks again to Doran, Cody on the Discords, for grabbing that Staff of Truth and being nice enough to trade it to me. But as you could see, even at level 70, I guess now 79, because I made my Wave Master with the worst choices possible for a caster, a large, heavy male model, my SP pull is only 331, and when you're chucking 110 out per summon, it gets costly in a hurry. So being able to downgrade to 90 apiece for the stage 3 summons with 8 Wise Men, it's nice. It carries the same 3 as Staff of Truth, Rhynek, Yarthkins, and Vulcan, with the added effect that Rhynek no longer takes, the time it would take to cook a steamed egg to perfection. And in fact, is a bit more fun than usual, because now you get a little bat animation along with Rhynek. He is Batneck. Now that I've extolled the virtues of 8 Wise Men, aside from just carrying Helba's staff everywhere, though it doesn't quite look as good as it did in IMOQ. Missing that little luminescent effect around the top rings. It kind of looks like a toy replica version, which is somewhat fitting given the fact that I got it out of a farming server. Not even moving up. I'll take my 1 kill there and then go after these 2. They run right by me. And no attacks taken. Small price to pay there, being an Artisan Soul, especially since I know at the end of this, I'll once again get 2 in return. So yeah, that one I missed the first go around made all the difference in how smooth that would have gone. Just kind of keeping an eye on the numbers more than anything there. And realizing that I forgot to re-up my rig same and rig game. Either that or else I did, and it just took forever. This floor. Had to drop another Artisan Soul on another unfortunate miss there. See, the little things being out of whack, they add up. Do get an Emperor's Soul out of this room though. And time to pick up my end of floor Artisan Souls, meaning that this floor we break even. Floor number 4, here's our Virus Core, and it's an L. Nowhere near the X we were looking for. But while we're here, let's see what we pick up out of the chest. A Mega Solaret, another Artisan Soul, and a Healing Elixir. Not a bad grouping altogether. Let's go back, rack them back up, and play again. Get all sorts of things here. Subaru's axe, the 3-floor tower, last betrayal. I believe this is also a listing for the junk sword. And I believe the silver coin guild item is also an option here. And as you can see, you can pull a Mega Solaret as your non-rare item, going all rights. Yeah, all lefts are the silver coin. And I do believe Jormungand can be acquired here as well. Solid higher level Blade Master weapon. I want to say level 91 or 92 with critical hit. Okay, so this time I want to go left on the map. See if the Flame Maidens will act as a nice substitute for Lady Luck for us. Just kind of throwing everything at that final gob machine. Missed with the second Crake, and I just sort of used whatever spells were handy. A Marrows and a Farai Dawn, I believe. Okay. And I went the wrong way again, so I'm going to kill these gob machines off and go back to the left. Do apologize. My usual putz mindset in full effect on that choice. Well, it would be rude of us to leave this risky treasure here all unattended. And so we grab another Emperor's Soul for the pile. There we go. These should be 4 Flame Maidens, just waiting to say hi to Marrows. Knocks them down before they could even move. Which is really the only safe way to handle Flame Maidens, I'm not gonna lie. Pick up 1 Fair Soul and 1 Artisan Soul. Fair Soul, another solid mid-level Blade Master weapon. I want to say it was featured in the earlier Weekend Warrior episodes. There's an Inferno Call. Make that a pair. And we're going to move to this little bend in the road. Take out the last 4 Flame Maidens we see before we once again run into our gob machines. Emperor's Soul and Inferno Call to be gained there. Always love to hit that before they can move. Just so great. Good to see those last couple leaves just gently cascading to the ground as the gob machines fall to follow. Emperor's Soul and Inferno Call again, skipping that 1 chest because, hey, we're not greedy. We're just in it for the virus cores. Anything else is gravy. Two Artisan Souls to keep our levels up. There's Nap Ryo and a Nap Vorv, 2 things that we hope won't matter in the least. Nap Vorv could come into play if we get a little too close to gob machines, but that is really not our intention. Six for 6. Can we follow up with the last 2? Yep, picked up the spare. Oaken Solaret and the Hanged Man. Okay, this should be Flame Maidens. Yep. Cool them down with a little bit of ice, courtesy of everyone's aquatic friend Marrows. If by chance you are looking for the Sublime Stole, which happens to be the body armor this Wave Master is wearing, level 87 with Rig Same and Rig Geem, you can test your luck by data draining one of those Flame Maidens. That's a tip brought to you courtesy of Dow of Fragment Help. Been trying to plug Dow just about every time a story comes into mind where they've, given help that I could personally verify, and I can tell you there's no shortage of those stories. Here we go. 2 more Artisan Souls to grab at the cost of 2 more Fortune Wires. Although I may want to slow down on those as I'm probably near 99. Probably not using as many as I thought I would. App Korma, always good to see, and App Vorma getting our magical attack and defense sky high. I can tell you the Flame Maiden route is probably the one I'm preferring at this moment, simply because it's a little shorter. It's not the most advantageous in terms of experience, but again, it's shorter and I'm only casting once on the Flame Maidens. I've yet to miss them, but even if I do, I could just mop it up with another Marrows. It's nice and quick. Picked up a Shichishito. God, I hope I was close on that. Four up and 4 down. Fair Soul and Inferno Strike to go with an Inferno Call. Speaking of strike, knocking all those Flame Maidens down on the first shot. And picking up an Inferno Call and an Artisan Soul. Yep, that's my 99th Artisan Soul. Thankfully on a normal chest, so I don't have to worry about using any more of those Fortune Wires on them until, I start burning a couple here. Ooh. Shichishito, Hanged Man, and Inferno Strike. Take us down to that floor number 4. Virus Core is a B. Not even close. Pick up some Oaken Greaves this time. And back topside we go. Go in for attempt number 3. Hoping to get at least 5 attempts here on this upload. Actually, I'm hoping to get 3 and then this be a success, but worst comes to worst, 5 is the magic number I'll go for in this upload. I'll probably go for some off camera if I still don't have the Virus Core. Again, for reasons I can't quite divulge at this time. I'm sure if you've played this game or are remotely familiar with Dot Hack, you can at least guess some of the shenanigans I could potentially be getting into. But the beauty of the guess is it's not me confirming it one way or the other. At the very least, I'm going to make a damn good run at level 80 with my Wave Master. Pick up a San there, or a San. Really not sure how to say that one at all. But I am damn positive these are going to be Flame Maidens. Look at that, folks. First try on our 3rd run. I'd almost be proud of me. One nice thing is that water is the naturally attuned element of my Wave Master. See that absolutely brutal elemental hit on the targeted Flame Maiden for well over 8,000. Or as we like to say, all in a day's work. Pick up another Sam and another Inferno Call. See if we can keep taking these out. 8 at a pop. This shows you just how great the area of effect of those summons is. Able to take out 2 full portals, albeit back to back, in one cast. See, when you build mage or caster characters in games like this, that's the kind of power you imagine wielding. Alright, picked up Rig Same and Rig Game, so all we gotta do is hit the old speed boost to keep that refreshed. And in we go. Love it when a plan comes together. Now, if I were an absolute madman lunatic, I could have tried running directly to the right of those 2 portals. Tried to get right in the middle and hit these with one cast. I am nowhere near that good or precise. You all know this. I've done 1,000 of these. And I suck in most of them. So we're going to play it safe. Oh no! Had our first miss on a Flame Maiden. That means we are down to a precious 98 Artisan Souls, folks. Don't know how I'm going to make it. Hopefully we can luck into one here. Hate to be running low, you know? No worries about any of these folks surviving. And that's 12 more experience to the good guy. Back to our double portal room. Our Cractacular Extravaganza. And there you see once again 8 for 8 slow motion leaves slow motion gob machines all going groundward and leaving us plenty of goodies to pick up. 1 Hellstorm, 1 Inferno Strike, and 1 Sam. Yeah, let's go ahead, top off with an Artisan Soul. Not that we need it, but we'll gladly take it. Because again, it would be silly to pass it up. Floor 3 giving us some App Vorv and some Rig Same, so it's Speed Charm and Rig Game time. We could probably have made it on the existing Speed Charm, but again, better safe than sorry. One of these days, when I have time, energy, ambition, and editing skill, I'll have to put a supercut together of all of the times I have been sorry on film. Yeah, it's YouTube film. That's accurate. Three treasures, and they're all rather risky. As is me trying to say any names. But we did get no Consolorate. I could take a pretty quick stab at that one. 4 more Flame Maidens here. And down they go with ease. There's a Hellstorm and an Inferno Call to the pile. One of our buffs wore off, make that 2, and for the life of me, I couldn't tell you which they were. I know the important ones are still around, and for that I am happy. Also happy for yet one more Fair Soul and Inferno Call combo. just buttery smooth and ever so rewarding. Getting Solarates, getting Hellstorms for days. There's a Hanged Man. Already down to 60 Fortune Wires, make that 59. No need to pick up an Artisan Soul here. We're going right after that Virus Core, and it is an F. Bobbled the build up there, I do apologize. Picked up some Flame Leg Mail. Yet another Artisan Soul. Sprite Ocarina back. And that's 3 out of 5 runs in the book. Pardon me for 1 second. Okay, we're back. Bit of a jarring moment there, but as you probably heard in the background, my phone just loves going off in the middle of recording. So in for number 4 we go. Picking up some Apkorma. All kinds of Apkorma. Shame it only counts the first time. But we get a bit of a refresher there. Tried to trigger it early on that crate, and it almost cost me dearly as those front gob machines got darn close. Oh, that one is gonna cost me dearly. Through the second crate, way too early. Kind of wasted my resources there. Just all out of sync here. I need to sort of refocus. But we'll just chalk that up to a bad room and move on. Going to have plenty of goodies to sell back in town and plenty of gold as the result. Yeah, with the Wave Master, I absolutely love the Flame Maiden route. With my Blade Master, I'm probably going Gob Machines every single time because they could do a bit of damage to me. But ultimately, I'll be able to use the Chaos Sword and the Vax Spiral ability to just War of Attrition my way through. There we go. There's the timing I'm looking for. Right as they come out of the portal, and down they go in a heap. And as usual, just a litany of risky treasure to greet me at the end of 8 falling gob machines. Did pick up a normal one there too. Heck, we'll run down there for another Inferno call. Why not? Skip our Artisan Souls and go to floor 2. In floor 2, we're picking up some Apjuka and some Rig Sing. So we get to just cast the Speed Charm in Rig Geem, and as an added bonus, we'll get a little boost to our Crake cast. Already have Apkorma up, so this is really about as strong as this is going to be for us at this level. I mean, no elemental hit, but the targeted one still took 4,600. There's an elemental hit for 9228, it looked like. Just silly amounts of damage thrown about there. I completely forgot what I was doing there. My goodness, did my mind turn to jelly. Almost paid for it too, as we got quite a spread on the Flame Maidens. Fortunately, Marrow's was just cast in time for the full target. I don't know why, I just blanked on the monsters actually doing anything. Fortunately made it through and got our customary 8 up and 8 down on the god machines in this back room. Picking up an Oaken Soleret, an Inferno Call, and an Inferno Strike. And moving down to floor 3. Big Same, and up Juka. Second verse, same as the first on that one. And since Korma is miraculously still hanging on, we get to have the exact same encounter we had last time. Hopefully we handle it a bit more smoothly. Got our full 6 fallen there. Still have a bit of safety distance between us and the back two, which fall wonderfully to the second crake, keeping our SP pool very much intact. Getting 2 risky treasures here. One was already a Fair Soul, and the second is now an Oaken Soleret, as we move into our first of 3 Flame Maiden rooms. Marrow should make quick work of these 4, and in fact does. No extra treasures to be grabbed there, but that's just saving me a little time. Korma has now worn off. Sure you noticed that before me. I'm sorry, only 2 on this floor. Always wondered why this felt a little shorter. Now I know. You'd swear with the number of times I run these things I would actually know the details of each floor, but honestly, I zone out. This is as close as I get to relaxing, and if you caught last night's stream, you know that relaxing and gaming typically don't go hand in hand for me. Also, if you caught last night's stream, what a ridiculous final run for my wife on columns, huh? And if you didn't, go check it out. It was a good time. Go ahead. We got a pause button. You'll be back. I'll even wait for this virus core for you. Well, now that they're gone. Virus core B. Definitely not one we were looking for there. And more flame leg mail. This time we're getting yellow candy out the wazoo. So I said 5 runs. I'm a man of my word, even if that word is 4 letters and something you really shouldn't say in school, kids. So 1 more run we've got. No pressure, just everything riding on this. Just out of curiosity, yeah, 911 experience. We're going to be dinging level 80, so we'll at least achieve that much on the recording. We'll get up to level 80, and that will be big woohoo party time for everybody. App Ryo and App Korma. Getting our magical attack boosted back up. So we can go ahead and cast like the heavy hitters. Always fun to see the quad 9s go up when you get the chance. And there we go, picked up the spare. A lot of bowling terminology coming out of me today. I've been playing a bit of the Intellivision bowling in my downtime. First set of Flame Maidens on this run go down as per design. Yeah, on the 3rd floor, this little middle corridor room is not there. It just goes small size L bend to small size L bend. Can't remember if that's listed as a small room or a medium room in the area server like generator. I want to say that's a medium room. Because then there's the big ol' honking ones that you hate to see when you're trying to figure out where the stairs down are. Always blocking up your mini-map. Oh no! I think this may be the first time today we didn't drop all 8 of the gob machines in this back room on a single cast. I, of course, could be wrong on that. Picked up a crystal rod there. That's one I haven't seen too often here, if at all, previously today. And down to floor 2 we go. Should be the same number of rooms in 2 as it is in 1. Picking up some Rig Same and Apkorma. Those 2 buffs have been... I think that's the 3rd time we've pulled those 2 buffs out of symbols. Really like to hit just as the portal opens there, so you get them just sort of standing about in the idle animation. There's level 80, and to celebrate we finish off the last 2 gob machines. Still picking up 3 per on the gob machines, so that's nice. Probably continue until at least level 82. Not sure about the Flame Maidens though, they may drop to 2 per, we'll find out in a moment. Nope, still getting 3 on those. So that is nice, picked up 2 levels here and still getting full experience. Okay, this one didn't have that hallway either. I'm a derp. Don't know why I thought floor 2 had it. Apparently it's just floor 1. Target right in the middle. We're on the left of middle, and we target the gob machine on the right of middle. All 8 go down, so we're back in our rhythm. Speaking of back in our rhythm, the deafening chime of 4 treasure chests spawning simultaneously. San, Inferno Call, and Inferno Strike. And the regular chest in the room for bonus is another Inferno Call. Just running right by the 2 would-be Artisan Souls. And going down to floor 3. Rig Game. And Rig Same, just a speed charm to keep us going. Getting Crake out to start our floor. Making sure that the first 6 fall before casting the second, so we know we're hitting an active one. May not be the optimized casting window, but it works for me. Moving to the Flame Maidens now. Just noticed that is the That is the 60th fortune wire we have used on this run. Last shot at the virus crystal for the upload. Drum roll, please. It's a virus Coro. Not a common one, just not the one we were looking for. Go ahead, open the chest. More flame leg mail and 2 more healing elixirs. Well, to the positives, we got several quality farming runs in, lots of great items picked up. And taking a look here, all the way up to level 80. Love that feeling. Unfortunately, it was the Virus Core X we were looking for, and we're still missing that entirely. So folks, a little bit of a call for help. I'll of course be out and about this week. I'm hoping we won't still need it by the time this Fragment Friday upload hits, but if you've got one, feel free to reach out, and if I need it, I can certainly try to arrange a trade. Goodness knows if you're looking for Wave Master staffs, I've got a few. In the meantime, this has been a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming, thanking you for watching, and we'll see you around.